You've been lied to about women. Everyone tells you it takes years to understand her, months of dating, endless conversations, trial and error. That's not true. You can test a woman's character in seconds, and the results will shake you to your core. But most men never do it. They waste years of their lives chasing illusions, falling for charm, blinded by beauty until it's too late. And by the time they finally see her truth, they're broken, drained, and asking themselves, how did I not see this before? I'm telling you today, you don't need time, you need awareness. Because character always reveals itself in the smallest, most unexpected moments. And if you know where to look, you'll see instantly whether you're standing in front of a woman who can build with you, or a woman who will destroy you. The signs are so clear, so obvious, that once I tell you, you will never look at women the same way again. And here's the shocking part, she cannot hide it. No matter how beautiful she is, no matter how carefully she pretends, no matter how sweet her words sound, these cracks in her mask will always show. You just have to train yourself to notice them, and when you do, you'll realize you hold all the power. So if you're tired of being lied to, tired of being used, tired of falling for the wrong woman again and again, stay with me. Because in the next few minutes, I'm going to reveal the two things you must notice that will expose her true character immediately. Miss this, and you'll keep chasing illusions. See this, and you'll never be fooled again. When you really want to understand who a woman is, forget the long speeches, forget the polished smiles, forget the words that are designed to impress you. The truth is much simpler, and it hides in plain sight. Look at how she treats the people who cannot give her anything back. That's where the mask slips. That's where you catch a glimpse of the real character she carries. Because kindness that is only performed for gain is not kindness, it's currency. And too many men mistake this performance for genuine love. Think about it. When she's interested in you, she's going to give you her best version. She'll smile, she'll laugh at your jokes, she'll tell you exactly what you want to hear. But is that who she really is? Or is that a role she's learned to play because she knows men are watching? You don't discover a person's core when they are trying to impress you. You discover it when they believe no one of value is watching. That is why her treatment of people in positions society calls small becomes the greatest test of her soul. Watch closely the moment the waiter brings the wrong order. Observe when the driver takes a wrong turn. Listen to the tone she uses when she speaks to the woman cleaning the table. If she can't show basic decency in those moments, what makes you think that same hidden contempt won't one day be aimed at you, once the honeymoon period is over and she no longer has to pretend? The way she handles the powerless tells you how she will handle you when she feels she has the power. This is not about manners. Anyone can fake manners for a while. It's about the natural instinct that flows when no reward is in sight. A woman who is gracious with those who can do nothing for her has cultivated empathy, discipline, and emotional intelligence. She is not just kind because kindness is convenient. She is kind because that's who she is. On the other hand, a woman who belittles, ignores, or mocks those beneath her does not lack manners. She lacks depth. She lacks respect for humanity itself, and eventually you will be included in that contempt, and I want you to realize how dangerous it is to ignore this. Men fall for beauty, they fall for charm, they fall for flattery, but these things are like smoke. They disappear once the fire dies. What remains is the raw character, and if you didn't examine it early, you will wake up one day beside someone who drains you, disrespects you, and mocks the values you thought you shared. Character is never displayed when people are being rewarded. It is displayed when they gain nothing. Think about history. Think about philosophy. Every culture has understood this truth. The ancient Greeks said the measure of a man is how he treats those who cannot fight back. The same is true for women. If she only respects power, status, or gain, then her love is conditional. And conditional love is not love. It is a transaction waiting to expire. So test her silently. You don't need to announce it. Just notice, how does she speak to the taxi driver? How does she treat the cashier at the store? How does she respond when a stranger asks for help? These are not small moments. These are the X-rays of her soul. These are the flashes of her true reflection. And if you're too blind, too caught up in the illusion of beauty, you will miss the warning signs that were right in front of you. Because here's the truth. A woman who has learned to respect the powerless is a woman who has trained her heart to honor people, not just positions. She doesn't just love because it benefits her. She loves because she understands the worth of human dignity. That's the kind of woman who can be a partner, a wife, a mother, someone who builds with you instead of tearing you down. But a woman who disrespects those with nothing to offer, she will eventually treat your love, your effort, and your loyalty as nothing too. So never overlook the details, never excuse cruelty because she's beautiful, never explain away arrogance because she's charming. If you see her strip respect away from those who can't serve her, she will strip it away from you the moment she thinks she doesn't need you. Remember this and never forget. How she treats those who can't give her anything is exactly how she will treat you when she believes you have nothing left to give. The second test is even more powerful because it doesn't just reveal her kindness, it reveals her control over her own emotions. All you need to do is give her a simple no. That's it. Say no once and watch carefully, because the way she reacts will tell you everything about her maturity, her stability, and her respect for you as a man. Think about it. Anyone can smile when they're getting what they want. Anyone can be charming when everything is in their favor. But life isn't built on constant agreement. Life is full of boundaries, disagreements, and moments when you must stand firm on your own decision. If a woman cannot handle a man saying no to her, then she cannot handle a real relationship. Because real love is not about control, it is about respect. Now, here's where most men make a mistake. They confuse initial excitement with compatibility. They think, she likes me, she agrees with me, she laughs at everything I say, this must be real. No, that's just the easy part. The true test comes the moment you go against her expectations. The moment you tell her no, and she realizes she cannot control the situation, that's when you see her unfiltered self. Watch her reaction. Does she become defensive? Does she mock you? Does she withhold affection as punishment? Or does she simply accept your boundary and respect your choice? Because if she respects you in that moment, she respects the man you are, not just the benefits she gets from you. But if she reacts with manipulation, guilt, tripping, or anger, then understand you've just uncovered her real character. And this is why so many men end up trapped in relationships that destroy them. They never tested her with no. They kept giving, kept agreeing, kept trying to avoid conflict, thinking it would make her happy, but what it really did was hide the truth. Because when you give someone everything, you never see how they behave when they get nothing. And if you've never seen how she behaves when she's denied, you don't know her at all. This isn't about being harsh or cold, it's about boundaries. A healthy relationship requires two people who can accept no without breaking respect. A woman who cannot accept no is a woman who believes love means control. She believes affection is a tool to manipulate. She believes that disagreement is betrayal, and trust me, that is not love. It is possession. Let's go deeper. Philosophically, the word no is not just a rejection, it is a declaration of self. When you say no, you are saying, this is where I stand, this is my truth, this is my boundary. And her reaction to that is her reaction to you. If she can honor your boundary, she is honoring your identity. If she attacks you for it, she is attacking your right to exist as an individual. And once you allow that pattern, you will lose yourself piece by piece until you are no longer a man but a servant to her moods. So test her early. Don't be afraid to say no. You don't need to start a fight. You don't need to be dramatic. Just stand your ground once. Watch, observe. Her reaction will reveal whether she is capable of love that respects you, or only love that controls you. This one word will save you years of wasted time, because if she cannot handle your no, she cannot handle your truth. And if she cannot handle your truth, she cannot walk beside you as a partner in life. I want you to understand something crucial. A woman who respects your no is a woman who understands the balance of power in relationships. She knows that love is not about dominance, but about harmony. She doesn't lose her dignity when she doesn't get her way, because her character is rooted in something deeper than control. That's the kind of woman who will build with you, not break you, but a woman who loses her temper, who manipulates, who turns your no into a crime. That is a woman who reveals her insecurity, her immaturity, and her inability to love beyond her ego. And no matter how beautiful, how charming, or how desirable she seems, that behavior is a red flag you cannot ignore. So remember this test. It is simple, but it is everything. The word no will strip away the performance, silence the act, and expose the truth. Because love is proven not in moments of agreement, but in moments of denial. Never forget, the way she reacts to your no today is the way she will treat your soul tomorrow. The third and final test is what I call the unveiling of the mask. Because let's be honest, anyone can look perfect when the conditions are perfect. Anyone can smile, be soft, be affectionate when everything is going their way. But that is not reality. Life is not designed to constantly feed our desires. Life brings disappointment, rejection, and moments where people don't get what they want. And it is in those moments where the mask falls and the truth steps forward. This is why it's so important to pay attention to those cracks, those little slips, those flashes of authenticity that appear when she thinks nobody is watching, or when her performance no longer serves her, because if you only fall for the performance, you're falling for an illusion, and illusions are temporary. They vanish the moment reality strikes. Let's go deeper into this. Think of every relationship that starts with fireworks. The chemistry is electric, the conversations flow endlessly, the charm is irresistible. And men think, this is it, this is the one. But what they are really experiencing is the mask, the curated version of her that is built to impress, to attract, to conquer your attention. It's not that it's fake, it's that it's incomplete. It's one side of the coin, carefully polished, so you never think to look at the other side. Now here's the trap. Most men never look for the other side. They get so intoxicated by the beauty, the charm, the sweetness, that they ignore the slips. They ignore the tone she uses with others. They excuse the little bursts of entitlement. They rationalize the mood swings. And before they know it, They are entangled with the truth they chose to ignore. And once the mask is fully gone, they are trapped in the reality of who she always was. But you can avoid this. The key is to see the mask versus the truth early on, to stop being blinded by temporary sweetness and start noticing permanent patterns. Because character is not revealed in highlight, it's revealed in unguarded moments. How does she react when plans don't go her way? How does she treat you when you are not offering her what she wants? How does she behave when the spotlight is off and there's no one to impress? Those are the moments when the truth is screaming at you. And if you choose not to listen, it's not her fault. It's yours. The mask exists because we live in a society where people have learned to perform. Social media has taught everyone how to present a version of themselves that is attractive, desirable, and flawless. But relationships aren't built on performance, they're built on reality. And if you can't see beyond the mask, you will never know what reality you are committing to. Philosophically, this is the difference between essence and appearance. Appearance is what she shows the world, her beauty, her charm, her words. Essence is what she reveals when everything is stripped away, and it is essence, not appearance, that determines the quality of your relationship. If her essence is shallow, manipulative, self-centered, then no matter how beautiful her appearance, your life with her will be chaos. But if her essence is grounded, respectful, loyal, then even when appearance fades, her presence will enrich your life. And here's something every man needs to hear. You do not uncover her essence by asking her. You uncover it by watching her. Words can be rehearsed, actions cannot. Words can seduce, but reactions betray the truth. That is why these moments matter more than anything she says. Because masks may fool your ears, but they cannot fool your eyes if you are willing to see. So test her not in the moments where she shines, but in the moments where she is denied, ignored, or unseen. That is where the truth of her character will rise. That is where the mask will slip. And the earlier you see it, the sooner you can decide whether to stay or to walk away before you waste your time. Because love without truth is not love. It's a lie waiting to collapse. And men who ignore the difference between mask and reality end up destroyed not by women, but by their own blindness. So never forget, beauty is appearance, but respect, loyalty, and character, that is essence, and only essence will sustain you in the long run. Final test is simple. Do not fall in love with the mask, fall in love with the truth, even if it takes longer to see. Because the mask fades, but the truth always remains.